Shafoli, my student permit is expiring before my grades release. I was told to apply for an extension, but on what grounds can I apply for an extension if I'm basically done studying?
That's a very interesting question. So usually students, international students in Canada, when they get study permits, the validity of the study permit in general is 90 days more or after the date of their graduation. Now, or the date of completion of their study. Now, in your case, that did not happen. You got a study permit that was expiring right at the time when you were graduating or when you finished your study. You can apply for an extension saying that you are requesting additional 90 days on your study permit because you still want to apply for your PGWP and you don't have your completion letter or your transcript and you're not eligible to apply just yet for your postgraduate work permit. In your case, you could do three things. Number one, apply for a study permit extension if that's what you want to do so that you can get additional time. You're under implied status, and when you have your transcripts and letter of completion, then you could go ahead and right away apply for your postgraduate work permit. In this case, if the day you apply for your postgraduate work permit, your study permit is not valid and you're still under implied status, you will not be able to start working full-time after submitting your PGWP applications. That's the first way that you can do this. The second way is that you do not do an extension of your study permit. Instead, as soon as you get your letter of completion and transcripts, and if you're within the 90 days, of course, that's mandatory, you apply for a restoration of status. In that case as well, you're not able to start working until your work permit is actually approved. The only risk with this situation is that, God forbid, if your work permit was to be refused, you will literally be out of status because you've already used your one and only chance to restore your status. So that's sort of a risky situation to be in. And finally, the third option for you is that you submit an application to convert your status to a visitor in Canada and you submit your postgraduate work permit outside Canada while staying inside Canada. Now, how does that help you? Usually, right now, the applications for postgraduate work permit are being processed, or any application for work permit are being processed faster when they're submitted outside Canada versus when they're submitted inside Canada. So now that once you submit an application outside Canada, you can't work, but you will have a decision on your work permit application much faster. You will have to exit the country, of course, to obtain a work permit. So you'll have to leave and then come back, and then a work permit will be issued at the border. But these are your three options. Extend your study permit, submit a work permit application inside Canada on implied status. Just to summarize, the second option is let your study permit expire, do a restoration of status, a little bit risky for you because God forbid if your PGWP refuses, then leave Canada and then submit an application outside Canada. And the final option is simply do an application outside Canada and maintain your status while you're in Canada as a visitor. I hope that helps.